Hi guys, I'm Samantha and this is Balancing Act. I have a really nice 30-minute flow for you today. We're going to get into our hips. So as usual, listen to your body. Make this practice about what you need. And I want you to step outside your comfort zone. I want you to push your boundaries, but I don't ever want you to feel pain. So let's get started and join me on your mat. Let's meet in some cat-cows right away. First off, all fours. Let's just round our back and arch. Round it and arch it. Round and arch. I want you to turn your hands around. If it's okay for you, I want you to face them all the way to your knees. If it's not, if that's too deep of a stretch, then just put them to the outside. Let's get them moving in some opposite directions. You can do like a 3/4 turn here if that works. So let's make some circles here and some cat-cows with your wrists facing your knees. Try to link your breath to your movement. And if you can, find that ujjayi breath where you're sort of breathing like Darth Vader in the back of your throat with your mouth closed. So it feels like you're breathing through a hole in your throat, but you're not. All right, face those hips. Face those wrists forward. Shake them out. And let's extend our right leg back here. So lift up that right leg, flex your right glute, make it nice and strong, and start to activate the whole back of your leg by flexing your foot and trying to stamp your foot on the back of the wall. Awesome. Now, let's do some hip cars. So lower this right leg down, open it up to the side, and then lower it down again. These full 360 circles of your hip socket, going one direction, outside, one more, and then we're going to kick that leg up like a donkey kick and move it out to the side. So reverse the direction. Beautiful. We're going to get really into our hips today. They're going to thank you. Awesome. Now push that leg back, stamp the back wall one more time, and then cross it over. So you're going to find your legs here in the cow face pose. We're not going to go all the way back into it because that's a pretty deep stretch. We're just going to rock back and forth here a little bit. If you want to go all the way back, you can. But we're just going to do a little bit of rocking back and forth in here. Really stretch out through the upper body. And then we're going to just tuck our toes and press back into a down dog with our feet crossed. Nice stretch through the back of the left leg you'll feel here. Roll your shoulders out away from your spine. And press through the base of your index finger to keep your hands from rolling out. First inversion of the day. And come back to your knees. Extend that right leg out again. Lift it up, flex the glutes nice and strong, stamp the back wall, and lower down the leg. Perfect. Other side, let's get the left leg up here. Stamp the back wall with that left foot, nice, strong, flexed. Lift it up a little bit higher. You should feel some heat down the whole back side of your left leg into your glutes. And then lower that leg and open up the hip. Give me some of those hip cars on the left side. Open it up. Think about the ball and socket of your hip joint just rotating around in there. And reverse the direction. Up, out, and down. Straight up, out, and down. Last one. Straight up, out, and down. Press the foot back, stamp the back wall, and then cross the knees over and rock back and forth a little bit here. Got your cow pose on the other side. It's kind of nice when you press back. You can really feel a nice little pull here on your left hip. And it actually feels Really nice. One more, pull it back, and then tuck your toes, press back into your crisscross down dog. And you'll feel the stretch down both of your legs, but a little more extreme in the front legs. You'll feel it on your right side this time. I think that's how I feel it. Maybe you're experiencing something different. Deep breaths here. Come back to that ujjayi. And drop down to your knees one more time. Left leg extends nice and strong. Stamp the back wall and then lower it down. Perfect. Very nice work. Press back into your down dog. And walk, walk, walk all the way to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Soften your knees. Interlace your hands and just hang here. Let your upper body melt. Keep your knees nice and soft. Just let gravity do the work here. Very, very, very passive. You can start to move your weight around. I like to pour my weight into my heels and then kind of move it to the balls of my feet. And even in circles here. And then roll up one vertebrae at a time. Keep the weight of these forearms here to drag you down as you're rolling up nice and slow. Beautiful. And hands come to namaste. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Right leg steps back. Drop that right knee, untuck your toes. Inhale it up. Exhale, bring it down. Left leg steps back. Come to your plank pose here and hold it for a moment. Press your heels back, nice and flat. Lower your butt. Let your chest sort of press out as you pull your shoulders back, like there's a toilet plunger on your chest, pulling it through a little bit. And just let some heat start to build here in this plank. Make sure the back of your neck is nice and long. And then drop your knees, drop your chest, drop your chin, and slither forward into your baby cobra. Pull the mat back, pull the sticky mat back. And press all the way back. Beautiful. Right leg comes between your hands. Drop the knee. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's bring the right toes back as you bend the back leg and then just spring forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up to standing, flat back if you want, and dive down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Left leg steps back. Drop that knee. Inhale up. Exhale down. Right leg comes back. Again, you can knees, chest, chin one more time, or you can chaturanga with your elbows in nice and tight to your rib cage. Pull forward through your up dog and press back down dog. Left leg comes between the hands. Drop the knee. Inhale up. Exhale down. Toes to your nose. Bend the back leg and spring forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up. Dive down. When you rise up, squeeze your glutes at the top. Inhale, lift. Right leg comes back. Left leg kicks through into a three-legged dog. And then comes all the way through. Plant your left foot, drop the knee, inhale up. Exhale down. Toes to your nose, bend the back leg, and step forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up and dive down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Left leg steps back, get into that low lunge, and then kick back with the right foot. Three-legged dog. Bring the right foot all the way through, plant it, drop your left knee. Inhale, up dog. I said up dog. I mean, inhale the arms up. Drop them down. Tuck the back toes. Right toes to your nose and step forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up. And bring your hands down to heart center. Awesome. Let's move into our standing flow, shall we? Hands to namaste. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. When you come to your home base here, mountain pose, I want you to make sure you check your alignment here. Tuck your tail, shoulders back and down, as if there's a string pulling your hair, your big bun, or whatever you've got on top, a little bit closer to the ceiling. So make yourself a little taller. And take a breath here. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Step or hop back into your down dog. Breathe in, plank pose. Slowly lower. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Beautiful. Raise the right leg up and give me that three-legged dog. Open up the hip here. Pull through those hip flexors on your right side. And just give me some big circles. Drag that knee in towards your nose, crunch, and then plant it between your hands. Awesome. Low lunge. Inhale up. You can open up your hands here. Give me a nice arch in your back. If you want to cactus the arms, you can do that. It helps to open up the shoulder blades and really get into that back arch. Hands come down. We're going to get into half splits here. This is a really nice place to use your blocks. So if you have blocks, put them right to the side of you and raise the floor a little bit, and then pull your hip back, pull your toes to your nose. Half splits here. Make sure that your right hip is really dialed down. Don't let it come up. It's dialed down nice and low. And if you want, you can move your blocks. You can walk your hands out. But we're really getting this deep stretch in through the back of the right leg in this half splits. Now rebend this front leg, and I want you to come back into your skandasana, but leave your hands at the front of your mat. So you're pulling your left hip all the way back, and you're getting this deep stretch through the left side, all the way down your left arm. But you still have to hold skandasana, so your lower body strength is important here. Awesome. This really gets into like your lower back here, sort of kidney area. Beautiful. We're going to take warrior two to the back of the mat. So pivot everything to the back of the mat and sink down into your warrior two. Press through the outside of the right heel and the outside of the right foot. See if you can bend your left leg enough so that all you can see are your left toes and not your foot. Keep bending until almost your whole foot disappears. And then once you're in your warrior two, put a little bit of attention on your back hand and hold. Give me your elbow to your knee and extend it over. Extended right angle to the back of the mat. Couple breaths here. Lower the right hand and walk it over into your straddle. And forward fold here. You can have your hands here wherever they're comfortable. And you can kind of rock side to side a little bit with your hips. And then keep walking your hands over. Turn your right foot out. And let's build our triangle pose. So place your right hand wherever it works for you. You've got your block, your foot, the mat, your shin, and then start to peel open your left arm all the way to the sky and landing in your triangle pose. Take some breaths here. Now your left arm is going to come over your ear, fold it all the way down, come back into that straddle. Then turn your feet out and bend your knees into your goddess pose. So once you're in goddess, let your thighs start to burn. Let your thighs start to shake. You can have your hands in namaste. You can have them out to the side. You can touch your fingers together like this if you like. And you can rock side to side a little bit, up to you. But this should burn in your inner thighs a little bit, and that's okay. And if you need to come out of it for a moment, straighten the legs and then sit back into it. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. And then sweep the whole pose into your high lunge to the front of the mat. Step to the front of your mat, pour all the weight into your right foot, and then just bring up your left. I want you to make a figure 4 here. And if you lose your balance, like I'm doing right now, give yourself some grace, say something nice to yourself, and then just try to come back into it. You've got your figure 4, and I want you to try to sit down into it. Open up that left hip. Find your drishti. Find that focal point out in front of you that's not moving. And that's going to help your balance tremendously. Don't look around and just try to sit down. If you want to go, if you can put your hands on the floor, you won't have to balance so much and you can deepen that stretch. But the balance is part of the challenge, isn't it? All right, and let that go and stand up straight back into our mountain pose. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Both feet come back. Down dog. Inhale to your plank. Slowly lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, press back down dog. Awesome. Lift up your leg. Open up your hip flexors here. Stretch it out. Make some big circles with a straight leg. Bring your left knee all the way in and crunch. And then plant your left foot. Drop your right knee. Inhale up. Low lunge. Reach to the sky. Give me a nice big arched back and then open your hands into cactus to really open up the chest even more. And then drop the hands down. Bring those toes to your nose. Left hip again, pulling back, okay? Pulling nice and deep back. The stretch down the back of your left leg will be pretty intense. And this, again, is a really nice place to use your blocks. So use them. And just breathe here. Breathe into your left hamstrings. Now we're going to come into this interesting little skandasana stretch. So bend the front leg, plant the back foot, and as you bend through your skandasana, leave your hands at the front of your mat. So give me that long stretch. Not easy. Not easy. Beautiful. So stay in your skandasana stretch. I'm looking at my notes. I'm sure you can tell. Okay, now we're going to do our warrior 2 to the back of the mat. So bend your right knee and extend your arms out. Try again to bend that right knee so much that you can only see your big toes. And while you're in your warrior 2, think about this. Your heels, pull them together like magnets. That really engages your whole lower body. Right elbow comes to your right knee, extended right angle to the back of the mat. Hold here for a few breaths. And then the left arm circles all the way down. Pivot the right foot so all 10 toes are facing forward and straddle split here. Stand all the way up. Inhale the arms up, push them back, clasp behind you, open up your chest and forward fold. I like to bend my knees once I get down here. I do not want to hyperextend my knees when I'm in a straddle split, so I'm just keeping them soft. This is giving me a really nice shoulder opener. And drop the hands. Keep walking it around. Pivot the left foot and build your triangle pose. So again, your left arm goes wherever you like it. And just as you start to open up and lift up and get tall, lift up through the kneecaps. Take a few breaths here. Your body should be as much as you can in one plane space. Right arm comes down. Let's come back into that straddle. All 10 toes face forward. And then turn your toes out and sit down into your goddess. Take a few breaths here. Sit down. Let it burn your inner thighs. And then pivot this whole pose toward the front wall here. High lunge. Sit a little deeper into this high lunge and then step forward. As you step forward, your right knee comes right up. See if you can do it without touching your right foot to the floor. And then fold over into your figure four. And sit down into this little pose. Your hips will be different on both sides. If you wobble and shake and you lose your balance, just come back into it nice and slow. And don't forget your drishti. I'm focusing on a little divot in my couch. My eyes are soft. My focus is kind of blurred, but also situated in one point. And stand all the way up. Nice work, guys. Let's roll through that one more time, a little bit faster. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Step back and slowly lower. Inhale up dog. Exhale, press back down dog. Raise your right leg up. Knee comes into your nose and plant that foot. Drop the left knee. Inhale it all the way up. Open up into your goddess. Sorry, not goddess, cactus. And your hands come down. Pull that right leg in towards your nose. Into your half splits. Plant your right foot. Back foot comes into Skandasana as you reach across the mat. Awesome. Couple breaths here. Come all the way up. Circle your arms. Warrior two to the back of the mat. Extend it out. And circle the arm down into your straddle splits. Keep walking it over into your triangle pose. And open up through your triangle. Left arm comes all the way down. Back into your straddle. And sit down into your goddess. Sweep the hands up into your high lunge. And then step forward. Lift up that left knee. Find your focal point. Grab that balance. And then figure four, sit down into it. And then stand up. Beautiful. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Both legs come back, slowly lower. Inhale up dog. Exhale, press back down dog. Left leg raises. Open up the hip. Bring that knee all the way in and crunch. Plant the left leg. Drop the right knee. Inhale it all the way up. Cactus the arms, big back bend. Stretch through that right hip flexor and drop the hands. Half splits. Bring those left toes to your nose. Beautiful. And plant that back foot. Bring that skandasana with your lower body and the big stretch with your upper body. Straighten out both legs and pivot to the back of your mat into your warrior two. Sink it down. Elbow to your knee and extended right angle to the back of the mat. Walk the hands all the way into your straddle. This time stand up, clasp behind your back, pull your fist down and forward fold it out. Soft knees here, probably better. And then all the way up into your goddess pose. Toes point out. Sit down. You can change your arms up. If you did namaste last time, you can do your arms out, elbows bent this time. Circle the right arm all the way up, high lunge. And step forward, right knee comes up. Use your core here. Figure four. See if you can do it without your hands. Woo. See if you can get that foot crossed over and then sit down. Woo. Coming back into it. Third time's the charm. And stand all the way up. Mountain pose. Beautiful, guys. Hands to namaste. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step all the way back and slowly lower chaturanga to the floor. Press up into a big up dog. Lower it down. Again. Actually, cobra, not up dog. One more. Rolling the back. And press back, down dog. Step all the way through or hop and come to a seat. We're going to do a few more little hip movements before our Shavasana. So let's grab your left foot. If you can, tuck it into your right elbow here and just cradle it like a baby. Rock it back and forth. Squeeze it towards you as much as it's comfortable, but like you're feeling it. I want you to feel it in your hip and bring it into your chest. Make sure your chest stays lifted and open. Get your back as straight as you can get it. Mine's not perfectly straight now, is it? And just breathe here. Let's switch sides. And just get this outside of your foot right in the crook of your elbow and rock that lower leg like a baby, squeezing it in. Woo. A few more breaths here. And let it go. Next thing, let's do a little half lotus. So let's just take our left foot, place it on top, whatever kind of crisscross applesauce works for you. Inhale the arms up and drop them down in front of you and just sit. Can't really mess this one up. So if you're anywhere in a pose that has any resemblance to what I'm doing, you're going to feel this in your hips. So just take this as deep as you like and breathe into it. And switch sides. Place the other foot on top. If your half lotus looks messy and open and wide, that's totally fine. As long as you're getting that feeling in your outer hips, then you're doing it right. Listen to your body. And walk it up. Let's plant both of our feet down and just windshield wiper out the knees. We did some really nice hip work today. I'm super proud of you for sticking through this whole class. You can do this class a couple times a week to open up your hips, our biggest joint in our body, right? Extend everything open. Let's take one final spinal twist. So right knee comes over. Look over your right shoulder. And switch. And switch. Beautiful. Extend your arms a couple feet from your sides. Let the tongue come off the roof of your mouth. Relax your jaw. Let your feet splay open wherever they land. Let your hands curl wherever they want to. And enjoy your Shavasana. And thank you for joining me today. And I'll see you next time.